This is James Luxon, delighted to be joined with Shauna O'Keefe. Shauna, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Got you on today to discuss and break down and a little bit of analysis on the Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano fight. Obviously, you know Katie Taylor very well. You've been sparring Katie, so I wanted to speak to yourself about that. And I think you sparred her for quite a while as well. So I want to talk about the progression in Katie. Although she's obviously been at the top of her game for a long, long time. Have you seen any differences in Katie, potentially as the older she's got during camp?
Yeah, so I did a week with her in May, and even the difference from May to the week I did with her 3 weeks ago, there was a significant difference. Definitely. Um, I'm not going to give too much away, as I know they wouldn't be best pleased with it, but I'm telling you, anybody that thinks that Katie Taylor is nearly done, boy, could they be more wrong. She looks and she's boxing fantastic. I find her quite strong, and that's a lot saying for me because I've been in with people and I'm really strong myself. But yeah, the sparring out of the two of us was absolutely unbelievable. And I believe you're definitely going to see probably an even better version of Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano November 15th.
I'm sure you saw the first fight, and it was a close fight. A lot of people thought it could have gone either way between the two. Katie got her arm raised on the night. Um, you mentioned that you're going to see a better version of Katie come November 15th. Do you believe she's a completely new and different fighter now?
Yeah, I think that even though the 140 is a big jump from well, it's not really big, but it'd be big enough for Katie, obviously, because she would naturally be a 135, I believe. But I think she's after filling out into the weight perfectly. I think it suits her down to a T. I think she made the best move doing it, and I think she has the advantage now being the 140 as opposed to Amanda Serrano jumping from super feather to 140. I think it's a significant difference that I don't think is going to play in her favor as much as Katie's. Katie has the volume, she has the speed, and now she actually, I believe, introduces power. So, yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a complete different Katie Taylor, even to the fight that they had 2 years ago.
Do you think, from what you've seen with Katie, do you think that pressure may get to her? Obviously, this is on a completely new platform on Netflix. You stream to, was it 250 million households worldwide. It's insane numbers. Obviously, on the undercard of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, which will generate their own massive audience anyway. Do you think pressure could affect Katie at all? I know she's been at a high level for a long time, but how does she take pressure and handle pressure, in your opinion?
No, I don't believe so. I think she's been in the game long enough, and her biggest priority would be is just to go in and focus on herself and deal with the task at hand, which is the fight, and her and Amanda Serrano in the four corners, and that's all that matters. Before my fight before my fight in September in the Three Arena, obviously it's the Three Arena, and that it was the last place Katie fought in Ireland, and it's really special to us to be able to fight there in front of our own country. I messaged Katie for some advice on how you deal with it and so on and so forth, and she gave me the most spectacular advice in the world. The most important thing is me and me only. Nothing else matters. Focus on the work that I've put in and the task at hand, and just believe that I've been put on this earth to do what I'm doing and I'm made for it. And I believe if she's given that advice, she's listening to it herself. So I believe that's the way she'd see it. I don't believe pressure is a thing that Katie Taylor would be facing. She's in the game so long. She's done so much for the sport. I think for Katie Taylor, it's another day at the office.
Obviously, Katie is this, she's a role model to many, many people, especially Irish women. And it could be in football and boxing as well, because obviously she represented Ireland as a footballer also. So she's had that pressure for a long time, since day one, really, especially when she went to boxing, the Olympic golds, there was that high expectation on her. So, as you say, it's no real, not just another day in the office for Katie, because she's been used to it since day one for her. And you mentioned the advice there, which is great. In terms of advice in the gym as well, when you've been sparring her, has there been anything that she sort of said to you or given to you that you take away and get pride from it?
Yeah, so the feedback from her between me and September was phenomenal. Like she couldn't get over the volume I produced, the intensity level, and then my power. One of my best attributes is my power, obviously, but then obviously the volume because I can overwhelm fighters. So she said definitely never ever lose it. Yeah, and then the progression from May to September. everything about my boxing, about my style, intensity level, conditioning, even my power. It's gone levels and levels above. And she told me that the place I'm in now as a fighter that's only 3-0, that's mixing with world level fighters. I'm in an amazing place, like an amazing place. Not many girls would be sharing the ring and sharing rounds with the girls that I'm sharing with on their third fight, you know. So I'm really, really blessed to be where I am in my sport, but I'm also blessed to have the people like I do, like the Katie Taylors of the world, to be in my corner and to be supporting me. And she'll support my career all the way, and I know she will. She's done so much for this sport, and I owe a lot to the woman. I got the chance to share the ring with her back in 2015 when no one else would do it in the All Ireland final, and it was the best experience of my life. I go down as the best. It was a career a break. I wouldn't say a career break performance, but a career breaking moment in my life. At the end of the day, regardless of who these people are, we both have two arms and two legs. It's the mind that can get like over excited with who's on the other side. You could have more ability than what you give yourself credit for. And that's what I do. I've so much belief in myself and my work that the other person, what they have means nothing to me. And I think that's what gets me on. And that's why I'm able to share the ring and do these amazing rounds with these amazing fighters that are world level fighters that have been in the game for years upon years. And I'm only a little baby in here a year, like, so it's good.
That's it. It's obviously a massive compliment to you to be sharing the ring, but also to have you in for this camp is also going to sort of potentially show that you've got some sort of comparison to Amanda Serrano, whether it be your volume, whether it be your power, whatever it may be. Katie and her team obviously something in you that will benefit her going into this fight. So, how much of a compliment is that for you?
It's massive. It's incredible. So when I obviously I only came back boxing 2 years ago. I had a 6.5 year stint out, and I was only back boxing I think about 5 months. And Ross reached out to me. It was after I won the elites. They remembered my style, obviously being the southpaw and being aggressor. And I was originally supposed to go out and help out on their second one before she met Chantel Cameron, but it got cancelled, and then it got cancelled. The sparring did, but they always promised me if the fight ever went ahead again, that you'd be called straight away. And they held their promise and they brought me straight out. So obviously I went out in May, and it was supposed to be for 2 weeks. But obviously the fight got postponed again. But they didn't want to cancel it again because they wanted to see how great the work was. And the work was quality. So yeah, the minute I had time, then they said get my fight out of the way and they'd bring me straight back over, and that's what they did.
Talking about the fight itself, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, obviously the rematch. We've seen what happened in fight one, and I mentioned that it was very close. 2 years have passed, both have grown, both are different fighters almost now as well. How do you see this fight going?
So I believe I'll go with the distance, but I believe Katie Taylor will win on a more convincing points win ahead. Definitely, I think it'll be in my eyes it'll be more unanimous than split. The reason being behind, I think the weight difference for Amanda Serrano would be a significant jump for her. For her, I've seen her, like I follow women's boxing so closely, and especially that level. Amanda Serrano was one of my most favorite fighters because she's really exciting to watch, and her style is very like mine. That's why her and Katie are just, they're up there. They fight the way females should fight. You go in and you get the job done, but you get it done beautifully, and the both of them do that. With Amanda, with the jump, she did the 10-2s against that other girl at 140. And like everybody would think she'd blow her out of the water. And your one was like, she wasn't that great. And I didn't see her do much damage at all. I didn't see any extra power added. There was not much of a change. I feel like even the weight is slightly slowed her down a bit more. Katie Taylor at 140, like her movement, her skill, the explosiveness, getting off the line, it's impeccable. And that's even at 140. So the advantages that Katie has compared to what Amanda Serrano has, I think it's going to be a very hard day at the office for Amanda Serrano compared to Katie. The only thing that I weigh up that I worry about is because it's the most valuable promotions. Is there something going to be geared wrong with the decision? Are they going to want to try and build it as a trilogy as there's loads of money to be made off it? that's the only thing that I see may not go in the favor of Katie, but I do believe Katie will win. I do believe Katie will win more convincingly than the last one.
Fantastic. Well, Sean, I want to thank you for your time. Obviously, we've got your prediction there. Katie, unanimous decision, and I can tell how excited you are for this. I think we're all looking forward to it. It's going to be a great fight again. If it's anything, live up to the first one.
Yeah, if I didn't have a fighting date, I'm fighting the following week. If I wasn't fighting the following week, I'd be over there, 100%.
Absolutely. Sean, I thank you again for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Anytime, have a lovely day.
Thank
Bye.
you.